Greetings, YouTube land. It is I, William Dymock-Johnson. Today we are going to speak about growth. Not strange, bizarre fungi that appear on your character, consuming them, transforming them into a mycoid or fungoid menace, a follower of the Migo. But instead, how your character changes from whatever they were at the start of the story to what they have become now. Ideas such as, from Harvey Dent, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. That sort of thing. What transformations occur in your character? And how do you go about enacting transformations? Should you? After all, the vast majority of you are probably playing your role-playing game as some sort of release, relaxing. It's good to go and bust some orc heads after a rough day at school, university, work, raising the family, all those things, those mundane, ordinary things, which are, well, go face it, the same every day, day in, day out. Even if you are a brain surgeon, eventually it does become, oh God, just another bloody brain. So, you want something more in your RPG. And yes, busting orc heads, smacking around the Sabat, the Camarilla, exploring strange new worlds, or learning that the universe is not the pleasant place you thought it was, are all good ways to spend an evening, an afternoon, maybe a weekend, chilling out, chatting with friends, interspersing various stories, and rolling dice and smacking orc heads. But there is more to the game. There is this thing that kids in every era are out saying, it's about role-playing. With an E, not just an L. And yeah, that is, role-playing is in there. We are characters, we are alter egos, we are avatars of ourselves. Or we are something entirely different if you are good at this. If you have had experience, or you just want to walk on the wild side, see where everything went left. And these are all good, interesting, illuminating and cathartic experiences. But if your character doesn't change, if Bob the Fighter is pretty much the same Bob the Fighter they were at level 1, to use a D&D example, as they are at level 10, 8 months later, have you missed out on something? Have you not strived for something greater? After all, if those 8 months of campaigning, busting orcs, encountering gelatinous cubes, owlbears, mind flayers, beholders, and all the other weirdnesses and strangenesses that are part and parcel of D&D land, that may be fun, that may be great. You know, game night is, beer with your buddies, chips, rolling dice, shooting shit, and playing this cool game. Or you could actually have some characterization. Bob the Fighter is Bobbish. He's idealistic. He's greedy. He's daring. And he's got a thing for the ladies. But if he's all that at the end of level 10 as he was at level 1, possibly you are missing something out. Maybe you should change. Maybe you should develop. Maybe you can see where something goes wrong. Maybe you are less idealistic. You see the endless delving and fighting is utterly meaningless. Bob becomes more nihilistic, depressed, exhausted. It really has become, in Bob's eyes, not the players probably still have a rocking time, just another job. And how do you get out of that rut? What do you do? It is same old, same old. Door, monster, door, room, monster, treasure. Door, room, monster, treasure. Door, room, monster, treasure! Can we have something different? The monotony is getting to me. Try and have some change. Change for the worse. That was devolution. Or evolution. If your character is evil and greedy, perhaps they are converted. Perhaps they are transformed by the goodness, the light, the brightness, the optimism of the Bobs of this world. Maybe your character grows, changes, becomes something better, because change doesn't always have to be negative. So consider these things. Consider change in your character. But then again, there is that thing, why bother? Why do it? What's in it for me? Or what's in it for my character? How do I get better stats or stuff out of this? Now, this will have the onus be on the Game Master. There has to be a mechanical reward for characters daring to go out and change their characters. Beyond the fact that they're probably going to get the spotlight, the story's going to become all about them, and while those are good internal rewards, there should be something extrinsic, an external reward that makes other people see that and go, yeah, if I do that as well, I get this cool stuff. I get this bling. I get the add this. The simplest reward in most role-playing games is experience points. And this is what I do. At the end of any game session, or at the end of the adventure when everything's either lost or won, I ask the players, did your character learn anything? Did they grow? Did they change in any way? How are they different? And every time they mention something, it can be utterly trivial. I learn not to go down dark alleyways when someone says, hey, I got a good deal. To something utterly transformative. I discovered that the cosmic conflict is one of utter selfishness, of self-interest. It is not good versus evil. It is instead two sides wishing to maintain the status quo. And my character, who was previously a champion of what I thought was the side of good, is now very, very angry. Because that happened. They discovered that the great battle, perceptually between good and evil, was just a name for sides seeking to maintain their power over the mortal realm. And a lot of those characters became very, very angry and began to see the point of view of the faction of NPCs that did want to wipe the slate clean. They were no longer evil monstrosities, maniacs, but they had a point. Those characters grew, and they got experience points for doing so. Everything they learn, every time they say they learn, every time they say they grow, every time they change, and it's not hard to see some character change. They just start doing things differently, or they have a different reason. And you can always ask them that. You can say, oh, Mike, why is Bob doing this? Oh, well, I've decided he does this now. He feels he should be charitable to people. So he is. He's charitable. He hands up money. He realises not everyone got the same breaks he did. Change. Every point of change, experience points. Because experience points allow players to evolve their characters mechanically. It gives them benefits. Players like benefits. Players enjoy them. Players love monkeying around with XP. The more XP they have, the more time they can play with it, try things out, test things. So it becomes an external reward. And the people who are not so interested in the change and think the role-playing is so-so, still see that the people who are doing it are getting the reward. And players always chase the rewards. So they begin doing it too. And that is how you can induce change in character in your game. Thank you.